Well, plagiarism is really academic theft. It is the knowing, or more commonly unknowing, passing off of somebody else's ideas, research, opinions as your own.
Plagiarism is where you use anyone else's work without kind of referencing it and acknowledging that you've used someone else's work, and kind of try and pass it off as your own.
Using somebody else's ideas and passing them off as your own. So that might be writing a sentence that you've read from a book, or it might be cutting and pasting something from a website and not referencing either of those things.
Well, plagiarism can come in many forms. Certainly over the past decade or so, we've had a shift from the old style of typing up a book or writing out a book to just cutting and pasting off websites. Now, this is the most common form of plagiarism we find, certainly wholesale plagiarism, that there'll be a tendency to pull paragraphs out, kind of integrate them a little bit, move some words around, and pass that off as the work of the student. Sometimes it's just smaller instances where a couple of lines will drop in, or it'll be a quote that's not attributed, or references that are missing, paraphrasing, or the knowledge simply of having taught a module that those ideas don't belong to the student and the student has not attributed them.
I think a lot of the time students don't realise that they're plagiarising because of potentially time management and the processes of developing effective written work, and it can be just through poor scholarship.
I think that the main reason students plagiarize is because for some of us, I guess the amount of work which you get in comparison to your college work or sixth form or wherever background you come from can be slightly overwhelming. So then if you leave your assignments to last night, you just get so stressed and you just don't know what to do and you feel like you can't do it. So I guess the easiest way is to hope for the best and copy something off internet.
Well, students can avoid plagiarising in a number of ways. Firstly is to make sure that they reference properly. We are very big on trying to teach a scholarly technique that means every idea, every concept, every quotation is cited with the surname of the author, the date of publication, and for a quotation, a page number, so that it's very clear that that is the source of that idea. And students can block off any perceived or potential plagiarism by very clearly citing.
One important way that students can avoid plagiarising is through good time management. Having a good essay plan. Ultimately, the best piece of advice I can give is that if you're in any doubt about whether you should reference or not, it probably means you should reference.
Our library website, for example, which I was using a lot in the first year, has a whole section about referencing, and it says how to reference articles, how to reference books, how to reference websites, and it guides you steps by step.
But as a final check, it's a really good idea to put their essay through, turn it in, and that'll pick up any of the places where they've accidentally forgotten to reference the words.